Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and welcome to Tales Unlimited. Today's Batchery prompt is: a demon with a gambling problem bets his immortality for a prize too juicy to resist. How would you write it? Okay, top of my head. Well, I guess it's about perspective. Would you write it from a perspective of craps, poker? Like if you know of a particular brand of poker, I suggest you go there. Horse racing or something. Maybe it's a demon who's a degenerate gambler who gambles everything in a high stakes poker thing for something so juicy like an all access pass to heaven. It's just wow. I can give this to the devil and I can give promotion. Da, 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 da. Maybe it's you gambling against this demon and taking the demon's everything. Feel free to bend the prompt, but I suggest you stay within the prompt, but just change the perspective. Maybe it's not from necessarily the demon's perspective of losing, but from someone involved, right? Involved. Who's involved? Who's involved? Who's a collector? Yeah, that's how I do it. Okay. So there's this demon. Been around. Like when God threw out the fallen, this demon was thrown out with them. And I mean, this angel was thrown out with them. One became the fallen, became the first gambler demon. So I mean, since before biblical, right? We're talking like whenever this actually happened. Whenever humans gamble and their souls are on the stake or on the line, he's either there or one of the people he's trained, one of the demons he's trained. So the logic is, okay, you want to be a rap star? Step up, play me. You want this woman to love you? Step up, play me. You want your daughter to stop dying from this wasting incurable disease? Step up, play me. Fair game of poker. Other demons who gamble and all that stuff, they cheat. He does not cheat. He plays you fair. If you cheat or I cheat, pact doesn't hold. If people look him up, he's been sought after by not just desperate humans, but beings from other mythologies. He's collected elven souls, dwarven souls. He even grabbed a unicorn soul or two. I mean, he in game of chance, whatever. Wagers from horse bets to like racing bets to car racing bets to basketball. He'll take your soul. And he's never had a bad rut. He's never had a bad streak. He always seems to play his way out of a bind until last night. This legend walks into a back alley poker tournament. Maybe not even a tournament, just a night of poker between six players. Not only are they skilled, but they all have stakes. High stakes game, artifacts, souls, money, favors of influence that are like almost bottled, like bottled favors. It's poker chips. And they play all night. I mean, that in itself is a short story. That's just epic right there. But let's just say this demon buys his way into this particular thing because he's trying to collect souls. And two of the players are demons from other pantheons. So he sits down and he plays them, and the demons bow out because they are degenerate gamblers, and but they're not in your league. Is what the guy's basically saying to himself. You're not in my league. He beats the demons. He beats these two human occultists. They walk, but the third occultist matches him up, and they play all night. And finally, the human slides everything and says, "All in, including my soul. Let's dance." You think he's bluffing, but you have a pretty good hand, so you go, "Okay, all in, my stakes, hell's stakes. I'll even bet my immortality." He's done it before, and he always wins, obviously. Until last night, he lost. So the dude takes everything and gives him money for breakfast. And the dude begins to age, like he's in his mid-40s, but by the time the sun's rising, he's hitting 60, and by lunch he's going to be dead anyway. Well, Hell's like very impatient and very pissed off. They lost their stake. this massive stake they've given him, and their main dude. I mean, it's one thing to be killed as a demon, to be slain by some mystical weapon or some ritual and sent to hell. It's another thing to be banished. Okay, those things are forgivable, but to have your immortality stripped away, an elder. I mean, the guy who invented gambling for one's soul. That is that's bad optics. The devil has like a whip just for this dude, right? Sends you and two other demons to grab him. Collectors. You collect souls, you collect artifacts, you beat people up, you do all sorts of things. So, job simple. Normally, hell would kill this guy, but he is so close to a church, an old church in Rome. And you can't, the devil's power doesn't work so well if you're that close to a church. It's one of those obscure rules. So he's sitting in a cafe, almost done with his breakfast by the time you find him. Tell your two guys to flank him in case he runs, but he's heading into his 60s. This dude's aging as you sitting there. And you ask a story. He tells you a story. What he did, what he lost. He placed these wagers. Like, why'd you do it, man? It's like, well, there stuff on the table is just too good to pass up. And he rattles off some stuff. He's like, wow. And at the end of it, he's like, well, it's time to go, man. All right, you mind the quick way? I was gonna lop your head off. That is the quick, but I get you. So you have a ring, you turn it, a spike comes out, you shake the dude's hand. Veins go up his hand, it seems like a heart attack, he dies. Finishes coffee and you go back to the pit. You get there and all hell's broken loose. Why? Because he doesn't go there. It takes a while to figure this out, but apparently this guy, the whole time, was a mole. The whole time. When heaven kicked out all the angels, he's like, hey, can I go undercover? Okay, cool, thanks. Boom! And he ends up in hell. And they're like, okay, so let me get this straight. This guy who's damned all these people, brought us all these artifacts of power. Artifacts of power. Check the evidence room. Check the unholy vaults. And you guys go in there and everything's gone. Replaced by fakes. Including the All Access Pass to Heaven. He won it. He delivered a perfectly good fake that even passed muster with the devil, looked out over himself. But the magics holding them would eventually collapse and they'd be revealed as cheap fakes. So he basically was at the end of his cover and he decided to just pack it in. He could have retired anytime he wanted to. He's like, okay, I'm done. I will lose my demonhood in a game of chance. And by doing so, he becomes human. And if he gets killed, if he does anything but suicide, he goes straight up. So he suckers hell into killing him. So now that guy is safely away. And all of these demonic artifacts they wouldn't be in heaven. So maybe that's the beginning of the story. Where's our stuff? And since this egg is not exactly on your face, I mean, you did your job right, but you are charged with recovering everything, including the all access pass to heaven. And the two demons are like, what? And I give you a year. Get it all back. Or I swear to God, you're going to suffer what he suffered times 3. And you're getting this from the devil himself. And he is not in a happy mood. He is not like slick and all pleasant and charming. The devil is mean. Mean. Ooh, I like that. That's how I'd write it. How would you write it? All right. I am Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited. Please check out talesunlimited.net. There are books there. And if you like how I think, maybe like how I write. There's the Batchery series, 200 prompts in a book with a little wisdom on writing, but it's actually one of those writing books you'd finish because it's short. What gives it a punch are the 200 writing prompts. So if you're trying to figure out how to hone your chops, Batchery. If you know what you're doing and you just want an idea for a next novel series, Batchery. Horror movie script, Batchery. Evil GM, Batchery. So it's the podcasting. Also, there is the Unheroic series, which is about unlikely heroes saving the day, like a vampire owing child support, good guy. There's the Book of Schemes, like what would happen if a blind rock musician is framed for war crimes in another galaxy. Then there is the Villain series. Think Sin City with superpowers. It's all out there. Have a look. All right, until next time, take care.